If you're just getting started with Windows, learning how to navigate the desktop is a great way to start. Let's take a look at the desktop, which is the screen you see here. It includes a desktop background, also known as your wallpaper, and the taskbar at the bottom of the screen. The taskbar is where you'll find shortcuts to some of the applications on your computer, as well as the Start button. You can click the Start button to open the Start menu. Here you can see a list of applications. You can click an application to open it. You can also find shortcuts to your settings, documents, and more. The taskbar is also where you'll find the File Explorer. It allows you to view and open files and folders. For now, I'm going to close the window by clicking the X. Let's check out more features on the desktop. The desktop is the main workspace for your computer. To open a program, file, or folder, just double-click the icon. Each time you open something, it will appear in a new window. You have the ability to move windows by clicking and dragging the top of the window. When you're done, just release the mouse. If you have more than one window open at a time, you can quickly switch between them by clicking the one you want. Or you can click the icon for it on the taskbar. You can also maximize it so it fills the entire screen. Just click the square near the top right corner. Click it again to return the window to its original size. When you're finished, closing the windows is easy. Just click the X. If you want to quickly search the files, settings, or applications on your computer, you can use the search feature. Just click the search bar and start typing, and it will show a list of results. Now you know the basics of getting around the Windows desktop. Understanding how to work with files and folders is an important part of managing the information on your computer. As you accumulate more files on your computer over time, you may want to create new folders to help keep things organized. To create a folder on your desktop, right-click the screen. Select New, and then choose Folder. Type a name for your folder, and press Enter. If you wish, you can rename the folder at any time. Just right-click it, then select Rename. The text will be highlighted. Simply begin typing to give it a new name, and press Enter. Double-click the folder to open it. Once you have some folders, you can begin moving files into them by clicking and dragging them to the folder where you want them stored. Or move multiple files at the same time. Just click and drag the mouse to select the files. Then click and drag again to move the group to the folder. To organize your files further, you can add a subfolder. Just right-click the window. Choose New, and select Folder. Maybe you want to organize your photos by people's names. Now we can move some of these photos into the subfolder. When you're done, just click the X to close the window. If you want to remove some clutter from your computer, you can delete files and folders you don't need. Just click and drag them onto the Recycle Bin icon. Doing this won't permanently delete them, but will keep them in temporary storage just in case you change your mind. When you're ready to permanently get rid of them, right-click the icon. Then select Empty Recycle Bin. Finally, click Yes. Now all these items will be permanently deleted from your computer. Now you're ready to manage files and folders in Windows. Have you ever downloaded or saved a file only to have trouble finding it later? Trying to track down a misplaced file can be frustrating or even stressful. But if this ever happens to you, don't panic. The file is probably still on your computer, and there are a few good ways to locate it. Let's take a look at some of the techniques you can use to retrieve your files. If you recently edited the file you need, you may be able to find it in the Recent Files. Open the File Explorer and locate the Recent Files section. In older versions of Windows, it may appear in a different place. If you come across the file you need, just double-click it to open it. You can also try opening the application where you created the file. For example, if it's an Excel spreadsheet, open Excel and look through the files displayed on the Start screen. If you're having trouble hunting down a file that you downloaded from the internet, like a photo attached to an email, you can check the Downloads folder. A list of your recently downloaded files will appear. You can browse the list for the file you need. Other good places to check for a misplaced file are the default folders. If you don't specify a location when saving a file, Windows will place certain types of files in these folders. You can click on This PC. In older versions, this may be called My Computer. Here you will see the default folders. You can check these files and folders to see if you spot the file. For example, if you're looking for a photo, try examining the Pictures folder. If you are still struggling to find a file, you can use the search bar in the File Explorer. Just begin typing a file name or keywords. Any file with those words in the name will display below. Review them to see if any are a match. You can also use the search bar in the lower left of the desktop. If you're using an older version, you may need to open the Start menu to see it. Unlike in the File Explorer, this search bar will look for more than just files, including results from the internet, names of applications, and even emails you've written containing the search terms. The number of results may make it hard for you to easily locate the file you need. If you think you may have deleted the file by mistake, it may still be in the recycle bin. Double-click the recycle bin icon on the desktop to open it. If you discover the file you need, click and drag it to the desktop to remove it from the recycle bin. Finally, once you've located the file, you may want to make it easier for you to find in the future. For example, you can rename the file by right-clicking and selecting Rename. For this file, you might consider moving it to the Pictures folder. And the next time you want to open that file, you'll be able to access it quickly and easily.
Keyboard shortcuts are keys, or a combination of keys, that let you perform certain tasks on your computer, so you don't always have to rely on your mouse. Once you know some of the most common shortcuts, you can use them in all kinds of situations. First, I'm going to show you how they work. Most keyboard shortcuts require you to press 2 or more keys in a specific order to complete the task. We'll start with something simple. How about copy and paste? To perform the shortcut for copy, press and hold Ctrl on your keyboard, then C, then release. Sometimes you have to get creative to reach the keys, so use whatever position is most comfortable for you. To perform the shortcut for paste, we're going to follow the same procedure but press Ctrl V instead. Let's take a look at both of these shortcuts in action in a web browser. Again, to copy, press Ctrl C on your keyboard. To paste, press Ctrl V. If you have a Mac, don't worry. Many of these shortcuts are going to be similar. For example, to copy, press Command C on your keyboard instead of Ctrl C. Then press Command V to paste. Keyboard shortcuts are a breeze once you know how they work. Let's take a look at a few more that are bound to come in handy. To cut and paste, use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl X, followed by Ctrl V. To undo, press Ctrl Z. You can do this several times in a row to undo more than one action. Let's try something a little more complicated. Have you ever had to open the Task Manager to shut down your computer or quit an application that's not responding? Luckily, there's a shortcut for that. Ctrl-Alt-Delete. To perform this shortcut, press and hold Ctrl-Alt-Delete on your keyboard, then release. You'll probably need to use both hands for this one. The shortcut on a Mac is a little different. This time, press Option-Command-Escape. This will open the Force Quit dialog box. Of course, there are hundreds of different keyboard shortcuts, thousands if you count the ones that exist for specific applications. If you're interested in learning more, try looking at the menus and buttons in some of the programs you use every day. Many applications list the keyboard shortcut right next to the task. Hopefully you'll find some that'll make your life and your workflow just a little bit easier.